ain't coming back home. I don't wanna play daddy, so don't get me wrong. Off that, little baby wanna call back. Really acting like she's all that. It's the wolf.
Welcome back to Say What's Real, episode 6.
There you go.
All right. I'm your host, Melo15. I got my boy right here.
I'm Warren, man. How you guys doing?
Last week we did an episode about ghosts and the origins of Halloween, but you guys didn't really watch it.
Yeah. I need to start fucking sharing that shit, you hear me?
Like
Got 700 friends, like... How many of my friends shared that video, man?
I'm
about to delete all y'all motherfuckers. But my grandma, I want to give a shout out to my grandma Carly. Right. She subscribes. She subscribed to us, and she comments.
Oh, that was.
She commented. Yeah.
Okay.
So Grandma Carly, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Love you.
Love you too, Grandma Carly.
Yes, she's amazing. So, but yeah, all the people supporting us that are actually watching it, like all 5 of you.
All love, man.
Like, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
I wanted to start this week's episode like this. I go, the critically acclaimed podcast.
Yeah, critically acclaimed, bro. Come on, man.
Bro, let's get into it, man. I'm super excited. This week, me and you discussed that we want to get into like monsters, voodoo, black magic type stuff.
I'll take the whole month.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
The first monster we're gonna get into is one of my favorite of all time. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a guy named Dracula?
I think I may have heard a thing or two about Drake.
Dracula. So some of you kids, when you think of Dracula, might think of this guy. I'm gonna pull up a picture right here.
Oh my god.
That's the guy from Blade 3, bro.
Even Justin's
That's the worst Dracula of all time.
That
Look
shit
at
is ass.
That's the Jared Leto of Jokers, bro. Right there. Look at that shit.
That is Jesus Christ, man.
No, most people when they think of Dracula, I would assume, and I hope you guys think of this picture that we're about to pull up.
There you go.
That's a good one, huh?
Yeah. Classic.
So before I play the video, when's the first time you ever heard of like a vampire or you heard of Dracula?
Oh man, vampires. I think the first time I ever heard of vampires, I'm sure was just through probably just Halloween. Just
people
kids dressing up like like vampires. I think the first time that I actually was vampires are dope. I think that was probably From Dusk Till Dawn.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah,
movie.
after I saw, I was like, this is badass, man.
It's like, this is some serious shit.
Yeah, this is some serious shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. Like, when I was growing up, kids would wear, the little fake blood.
Yeah. Remember, I did that, too. I was a vampire.
You watch Dusk Till Dawn, you're like,
Yeah, I was
okay.
like, this is different. These ain't no joke. You got Selma Hayek out here, butt naked.
Butt naked. Here. I'm actually about to play a video from this YouTube channel called BuzzFeed Unsolved Network. Shout out to you guys. It's called The Real History Behind Dracula. So let's get into it, guys.
Let go.
Oh, spooky Skelly. That's what my niece says.
I am Dracula. Before vampires were the shimmery sex symbols they are today.
Ew, dude.
They were spooky scary.
I just said spooky scary.
The myth of vampires originated from a fear that the dead could still do harm to the living.
I'm the world's most dangerous predator.
No, the hell you not.
That is crazy.
Vampires were sometimes blamed for the sudden and concentrated
That's
deaths
creepy.
of many.
That's super
That's a
creepy.
good scene out there.
Yeah. Nosferatu.
Ooh.
Indeed, vampire scares in European history line up with plague outbreaks.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Though modern germ theory has replaced vampire infestation as the explanation for disease outbreaks, vampires still captivate our imaginations.
Remember when they had the blood popsicles?
Perhaps no
I never
vampire is more
saw
famous
this.
than Dracula.
Did you see that?
I believe. We'll get into that.
Strong Van Helsing.
I'm gonna pause it just for a second. Every time they ever besides the interview with the vampire and other stuff that I've done vampires, why do they always depict Dracula like that? Like he looks like an Italian man with his hair slicked back. He's like, I'm the Dracula.
I wonder why. Yeah, I don't know the whole hair slick back thing, the Sicilian look.
Like, he looks like Michael Corleone, but a vampire.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Originally appearing in Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, the eponymous vampire is thought by some to be based on the real-life Vlad the Impaler. Vlad was even referred to as Dracula, or son of Dracul.
Vlad the Impaler.
Ooh.
Son.
That's a fire name, dude.
Yeah.
This was because his father was part of the Order of the Dragon, or Draco in Latin, a group that had defended Europe against the Ottoman Empire.
They had the Draco
Vlad
for
was
his cool,
probably
dude.
not a
Yeah.
vampire, he was infamous for his cruel methods of dealing with his enemies.
I thought that movie was fire.
Oh, is that
Vlad
Dracula
the
Untold?
Impaler earned
Yeah.
his nickname because he was known to impale his enemies on stakes, leaving them there to die.
That looks fire too, dude. Sausages and vegetables.
Yeah.
Somewhere around the shoulders, neck, or mouth. If rounded poles were used, victims could spend hours on the stake in agony, waiting to die. In 1462, Vlad even left an entire battlefield, thousands of soldiers, impaled this way to send a message.
Really?
That the world would come to know him.
Can you imagine seeing that?
No.
Holy shit.
Hell no. I'd be creeped
Legend
out.
has it, Vlad once ate his dinner surrounded by his writhing, impaled victims. In very vampiric fashion, the story even goes that Vlad dipped his bread in their blood.
Your thirst for human blood will be insatiable.
Despite his vicious methods, Vlad was considered somewhat of a local folk hero due to his part in defending his lands against the Ottomans.
Holy cup. I couldn't even imagine seeing that coming towards you. Like,
No.
Power like yours. I could stop them.
In 1476, Vlad's enemies caught and beheaded him.
ooh.
Recently, some scholars say they've debunked the link between the real Vlad the Impaler and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
How do you debunk
According
that?
to Stoker's son, in fact, his father came up with the idea for Dracula in a nightmarish dream after eating too much dressed crab. We've all been there.
Can you imagine, guys? Let's just take a quick second and imagine you're on Tinder, right? Okay, and like you're like swiping through profiles, and it's like Vlad the Impaler. It's like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
You
Like,
know there would be some girls that would actually...
go for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They would just swipe right. It's swipe right? I don't know. I've never been on Tinder.
I don't know. I've never been on Tinder either.
You guys comment below. Is it swipe right, swipe
I
left?
have no idea.
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
So you would agree he probably is the most, I would say, one of the most popular monsters.
Oh, absolutely. By far. Yeah.
Has a huge lore, everything.
There's so many vampire movies, bro.
Can you take a little tiny guess as to who the next monster would be? I have a list pulled up.
Me?
Yeah, like out of all the monsters you can think of, like werewolves, Dracula, like wouldn't the werewolf be the second?
Like the second?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would say werewolf.
When
Absolutely.
was, like, for you, when's the first time you ever...
Oh, my God. Werewolves? Man.
Was it a movie? For me, it was a movie.
What movie for you was it?
I think it was when I was a kid. I saw a movie called American Werewolf in London.
I
was
saw
actually
that too.
scary.
That was fire.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
So that was my first like ever.
I think mine was either that one or Stephen King's Silver Bullet.
What is that one about? I mean, obviously a werewolf, but
Yeah, it's about this kid that I can't even. It's been so long since I see. It's about this kid, and he ends up getting like pretty much stalked by this like dude that's a werewolf or whatever.
Really?
But hence the name Silver Bullet. But it's pretty creepy. But like, dude, over the years, it's funny to see how they have developed the werewolf through whether it be like film. Do you remember the one where Benicio del Toro was Wolfman?
Maybe I've seen that.
That was crazy. It was different. That was sort of like the do you remember the original like Wolfman?
Like the original from like the black and white movie days?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
I remember
that type. It was like a take on that.
That's okay. That sounds
Yeah,
cool.
it was
He could pull it off.
different. Yeah, it was different. It was different, but it was pretty good. But yeah, werewolves have always been awesome, dude. To think of, it's been like, can you imagine like half wolf, half man?
I couldn't. That's so.
That'd be terrifying.
Even
bro.
though vampires seem more real than a werewolf,
right?
but I wouldn't want to run across a werewolf. So
Hell no.
Yeah, hell
what
no,
would you
though.
rather be? Though?
I'd rather. Ooh.
Underworld style. You know
I'd
what
be a
I'm
werewolf.
saying?
I'd probably rather be a werewolf.
I think I'd probably rather be a. What about you, Justin? What would you rather be?
I've seen Van Helsing, one with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Werewolves kick ass.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm the wolf god too.
Werewolves.
So we gotta go,
Oh yeah, well sure
Yeah.
that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. The wolf god.
I mean, vampires are
Wolfpack.
cool, but like damn,
Vampires are cool, but like a
you
werewolf
can't
is
get
a
bit
beast.
at a certain age, right? Because remember an interview with the vampire?
Yeah.
She got bit as a little kid. She's like a little girl forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good off that, but
It will start changing though. It looks like it'd be painful if
To
you
change?
were to change. You know how like when the moon comes up and they're all like and their flesh is like that shit would suck. But
that would, dude. I would.
I would eat the shit out of people if I was a werewolf, bro. All the people that don't share our shit,
Eat them up.
I would eat you.
The video I'm about to play, I think gets into that. So it's like basically like kind of like a history about werewolves. It says, "See you in history, mythology." I can't read that last one. I'm not gonna pretend to. You know what I mean?
The werewolf is one of the most frightening mythological creatures that ever existed. A creature that has been a source of fear and terror around the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
for
run across one of
millennia.
these guys, dude.
A werewolf is a man
Hell no.
who on full moon nights turns into
That's
a
that Res
beast,
dog my
a
uncle saw.
combination of man
Right.
and
Yeah.
wolf. This monster wandered the night, devouring
Ooh, that one
any
looks
man
badass.
and animals that happened
That's a
across his
badass
path,
illustration.
terrorizing any place he went. With dawn, the werewolf returned to his human form. Whenever one of these creatures attacks a region, local people tend to create groups to hunt the beast. However, sometimes these vigilantes also became victims, since the werewolf cannot be killed by conventional weapons.
Yeah,
The
that one looks
animal
badass
can
too.
only be wounded by
Oh, yeah.
silver-made weapons. Therefore, the hunters that specialize
That
in
is
killing
cool.
these creatures
That's The
carry
Witcher, right?
Yeah.
swords, knives, or arrows, and even firearms, armed with the well-known silver
That's a
bullets.
Thule, dude.
That's a
But Greek
Thule.
mythology is one of the main sources of werewolves. Lycaon was the king of Arcadia and used to sacrifice every foreigner in honor to the gods. Zeus, disguised as a pilgrim, wanted to witness that.
Can you imagine Zeus disguised as a pilgrim?
That'd be
Lycaon
crazy.
served human flesh to the
I'm
gods.
gonna just pause this for a second. You like all the pilgrims like doing their thing. Zeus like, "Hello, fellow humans. Where's the pub?
Where's
Zeus,
the
it's
pub?
you. We can
Right.
fucking see the thunder, Zeus."
Right.
Like,
Everybody knows it's you, Zeus. Come on.
can you imagine?
And this is actually going. This mythology is going back far.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that about werewolves, man.
So I kind of watched this video before we played it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeus turned the king and his descendants into wolves, who became known as lycanthropes, one of the werewolf synonyms. Werewolf stories were common throughout Europe and are
Is he smoking a
documented
cigar?
in ancient Rome, France,
I think it's just
Germany,
cold.
Oh,
Russia,
probably, yeah.
the Nordic countries, the British Isles, and the Iberian Peninsula. They even reached Brazil, where the belief in the existence of werewolves
scariest thing too,
persists
Warren,
to
is, like,
this day.
Back in the
According
day,
to one of the variations of Brazilian
that makes it
myths,
more scarier
the
because
boy
there's
who
no
was
cameras.
born
There's no.
after
Yeah.
a sequence of 7 girls is a werewolf. Another known way to become a werewolf is to be seriously wounded by the monster while surviving the encounter. On the next full moon night, that person will have a great chance of becoming a werewolf. Movies thoroughly explored this mythological creature. The movie An American Werewolf in
We just talked about
London
that?
terrified a whole generation of 80s kids. Nowadays, the creature is still
Ew.
cherished by the teen audience, but the werewolf is no longer as scary as it was in the past. However, even today, all those who got in touch with frightening werewolf
That one looks
stories
cool.
feel some fear during full moon nights.
I'm still.
Damn you! God damn you, Twilight!
Yeah, dude. God damn you, Zeus.
Killing the scariness of a werewolf. Twilight.
Because they made it more look like wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Robin Patterson.
But
Was that his name or something?
Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson,
He's like,
yeah.
I'm the most dangerous thing ever. No, you're not.
No,
okay?
you're not.
Calm down.
You look like an Abercrombie and Fitch model. What the hell? I'm the most dangerous creature of all time. No.
Like with the button up open.
Ew.
Come with me forever, baby.
No.
Like the Mexican vampires. Come on, mama. Come with me. I live forever. Like, no.
Live forever, I say.
You gotta live forever with the guy who talks like that. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm fucking good, dude.
Have you ever actually seen one of those movies, the Twilight ones?
Yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I dated a girl back in high school who was like super obsessed with like, not Robert Pattinson, but the character of Edward. So like she would write letters to Edward or have Edward props on her wall, and I was like, dead ass, dude. I'm like, hey, it's not real, right? Like you're not writing to the actor, you're writing to the character. You can just fucking go home then. Over a fictional character. That's why I was like, I'm not fucking with vampires and werewolves, dude.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Something similar to a werewolf. Well, I don't think it's similar, but the next monster we're gonna look up is the La Chupacabra.
Creepy shit right there.
I think the first time I personally ever heard anything about this was, obviously I'm half Mexican, half Latino, whatever you want to call it. So, obviously like that type of stuff runs deep into like Southern America.
Yeah.
So like the lore, the background of it. I even saw I think the first time I ever got super scared was the X-Files episode.
Yeah.
That did the La Chupacabra. So, when did you first hear about the La Chupacabra?
I think probably X-Files too.
Really? So you probably saw the same episode. Huh?
Yeah.
How it shook, dude. I was in a hotel room.
Yeah. Because obviously, like you said, the La Chupacabra is more of a, Southern American, folklore.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really popular. It's it was like a werewolf or vampire, but it definitely is super creepy, and there's always shit floating around on the internet of this, carcass somebody found that they don't know what it is.
All drained of blood.
Yeah, all drained of blood. It's some creepy shit, dude.
I used to think it was UFOs. We'll get into that. So I'm going to play a little quick video about the La Chupacabra.
A mysterious creature common in Latin American folklore, with its first sightings being reported in Puerto Rico during the mid-90s.
Oh, that was the first sightings?
Developed a reputation when livestock began mysteriously dying. The animals were found completely drained of blood through a small circular fang-like incision.
The weird thing is how does that drain a whole animal of blood and not leave a mess?
Yeah.
There were more than 200 reports of the Chupacabra being seen in 1995 alone. The creature became an urban legend all over South America, but as quickly as these sightings began, they stopped with no trace, leaving a host of questions. The name Chupacabra, translated in Spanish, roughly means goat sucker, referring to how the creature attacks its prey. The appearance of the Chupacabra varies.
I would hate to see that out there, dude.
Some claim the animal is the size of a small bear, and others believe it is no bigger than a wolf. In most depictions, it has rows of spines that run from the base of its neck to its tail. The beast has
there's a La Chupacabra with wings? God, no, dude.
That would suck.
Sometimes depicted as having wings similar to that of a bat, meaning that people consider the Chupacabra to be a vampire-like beast.
A vampire-like beast.
There have been claims from local villagers that the Chupacabra is a large reptilian-like creature who is able to walk on two legs.
That would make sense if it was a pet of an alien.
Yeah.
And he just lets his pet run around and go get food, and then he comes back to the UFO.
Yeah.
The Chupacabra's bite contains a strong venom, allowing them to stun their victims while they feed on them. Its bite may even be considered contagious, infecting anyone its fangs come into contact with, turning them into a Chupacabra. The Chupacabra can overpower large animals, and even sometimes humans, ripping their flesh from their bones with ease. There are reports that claim the Chupacabra has the ability of hypnosis.
Oh, hell no.
That stares into its red eyes will become paralyzed, leaving them motionless while the Chupacabra feeds. Thanks to its wings and webbed joints, the creature is able to glide long distances, making escape for its prey almost impossible.
like,
Despite its vast array of strengths, there are ways to kill a chupacabra. Many believe, much like a vampire, the chupacabra has a strong aversion to the sun, meaning that direct sunlight will kill the creature. It is also believed that guns can harm the chupacabra, with the shotgun being preferred, as the wide spread of the buckshot makes it impossible for
I'm gonna pause this real quick, cause so here's like a picture that I found online. Obviously, this is like a artist drawing of it. So that seems like a reptilian, like hairy creature type thing. See if I can get this to expand.
It's interesting.
And then we got this one. This seems like a more realistic version of it that they found.
Yeah.
You know how they found like bodies out in the desert of like a dead creature?
I think I've seen something similar to this before.
The thing is, how would you convince me that that drains the whole blood of an animal?
Yeah, that just looks like a hairless dog.
Yeah, this looks like a dog with like mange or something.
Yeah, a dog with mange, right. Right.
But that's not like the first time they found that out there. So that's the creepy part.
Yeah.
So that seems believable to me. It's just kind of like
a little weird.
It is, because even if it is somewhat of like a crazy wolf or coyote, like I just don't understand how it would be able to drain all the blood.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe somewhere down the line, it got like exaggerated or something. I don't know.
Like the hair got singed off or something.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Damn, son. Sorry about that, guys. Little trigger happy I am. Alright, let me go up here real quick. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Okay. That look good? Alright, cool. So, next creature, I don't want to say it's a creature, but the next monster or, we're gonna get into is actually called a siren. My first time ever seeing a siren or hearing one was in the movie Beowulf. And I'm going to pull up a picture right now. And here's Angelina Jolie. Bad as hell. If I'm a sailor, bro, I'm coming to you. Look at that, man. She looks hella bad, dude. Another one is, here's like a painted version of it. Not of the Angelina Jolie, obviously, but like sailors would like roll up on these girls just laying on the rocks butt-ass naked, and obviously sailors are like, I want to hit.
Yeah.
So,
like Alaskan fishermen and shit.
Yeah.
Horny ass dudes.
And so here's a video of them. Before I click the video, when's the last time or the first time you saw a siren or heard of them? Or
Dude, the first time I heard of a siren was like probably like 3-4 years ago. It was that
so pretty recent.
Yeah. I actually don't know exactly. I'm interested to watch this video really because I don't know the exact lore.
That's cool. It goes back super long. So
really?
Yeah, I'll play it. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's like some Toy Story music in the background. You got a friend.
The sirens are hybrid creatures, a mishmash between a woman and birds, similar to harpies. However, unlike those horrendous and disgusting creatures, the sirens were beautiful and charming beings, but they did not always have that shape. They were beautiful.
Yeah.
Like he had someone did a siren like fuck his son or something?
Yeah.
Oh God,
those horrendous, disgusting creatures.
Lois and the muse Melo15. They were part of the procession that followed Persephone, the goddess of spring. However, after Hades, the god of the underworld,
so it goes back far, dude.
The nymphs were punished by the goddess Demeter. They did not forgive
the Migos
for having allowed the abducting of her daughter. The youngsters were transformed into women birds, which became known as sirens. They started to live on the rocks of the Italian island of Hades. There, their melodious singing to attract the sailors of the boats that passed by it. Seduced by that, the men led their boats directly against the reefs.
Damn, men are always thirsty, bro.
Thirsty.
Y'all been thirsty, bro.
Been thirsty. Were swallowed into the depths of the blue ocean. The singing of the sirens was irresistible, but there are 2 stories of people who escaped from their enchantments. In one of these, Jason and the Argonauts encountered the creatures, but were able to escape thanks to Orpheus, who, with his lyre, drowned out the singing of the sirens. The other is Odysseus. The curious hero wanted to hear the famous singing of the sirens. To do that, he was tied to the ship's mast, so that he could not be thrown into the sea, and his crew plugged their ears with wax.
He's like, let me hang,
the
crew.
We know today
That's
owe
wild.
much of their fame to the sirens of ancient times.
So, like, I don't know about you two, but I'm kind of getting mermaid vibes from these bitches, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know about
absolutely.
You guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they kind of could be mermaids.
Yeah.
But it's like thoughty mermaids, dude.
Thoughty mermaids.
What it seems like. I mean, they're just trying to get sailors to go over to them and, like, just trick them and
Sing
shit.
to
Like,
them.
that's what girls do now. I mean, it's like,
That's
you know what I
true.
mean? Like,
Start calling girls sirens. You siren.
what is the sirens gonna want respect from now on? Like, you guys gotta treat us equal. Like,
Yeah.
no, we don't.
No, we don't, man.
So I would only say that last one was creepy if you're like out in the middle of the ocean and you hear like
At nighttime, yeah, that would
Yeah.
be creepy. Yeah, in that instance. Out nighttime.
So I don't take baths anymore, dude. I'm not trying to get hit with the siren.
Oh,
dude.
man, you stopped?
I've been stopped. No, I took one the other day. But before that, I did go like probably 6 months. So
Really?
yeah, no, it wasn't even because of the
That's
video.
incredible.
You guys made fun of me. It was literally just like like, hey, you know, it's time to be a man. You know what I mean?
Really? Had
Yeah.
nothing to do with the video or anything, huh?
No, it was like since February or something like that.
So just time to grow up, huh?
Yeah.
Time to start standing up. It's time to start standing up while you wash your ass, huh? Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
We're gonna get off. I don't know. Well, yeah, we're not gonna get off monsters, but the next subject me and Warren are gonna talk about is witches. This one's cool, bro, because like witches, I like when you grow up as a little kid. Like I'm pretty sure me, Justin, his daughter, like Disney talks about witches.
Yeah, very popular.
So you start hearing about witches from like since you're basically
Pretty
a
much
baby.
a baby. It's
So,
like the face of Halloween. The mascot of Halloween.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know, pumpkins, witches.
You think of those.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people still, like, even before movies were invented, witches were always a thing.
Yeah.
Movie-wise, I think it was like The Wizard of Oz, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. The Wicked Witch.
I don't really know too much about them. I'm going to play this video, and hopefully it gives me somewhat of, like, a understanding of what a witch is, or just, like, what made them so popular.
Salem.
Witch, an iconic Halloween character. The Witch, an iconic
It's like fun
Halloween
music and stuff.
character.
I want it to be scary,
Usually
dude.
dressed all in black, with green skin, a tall pointy hat, and flying a broomstick across the full moon. But witches aren't just a Halloween cliche. They've got a long and tumultuous history that we bet you didn't know. Though many stereotypes
Tumultuous.
come from Western culture, witchcraft has existed around the world and throughout history, including Asian, African, and many Native American societies. Long before the advent of science, witches were blamed for storms, accidents, disease, and other bad things that happen. In medieval Europe, anywhere between 100,000 and 200,000 people were arrested on suspicion
Damn,
of
that's
witchcraft.
hella...
About half of them
They
were
made a
executed.
crackdown, dude.
And did you know the accused witches were not just women, but men too, and even some children?
Damn.
Even after
Not the
witch
children!
hunt ended, Western culture remained fascinated with witches. The witch-filled fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm and
So when they say Western culture, are they talking about us? Okay.
Bound to create his modern fairy tale, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which featured the most famous witch in pop culture history, the Wicked Witch of the West. And did
That's
you
like some
know
gang shit.
Brown didn't
Wicked
intentionally
Witch of the
think
West,
witch was
here.
even great in his book, but that's how she appeared in the Technicolor film version in 1939, and the image stuck. And what about that tall black pointy hat that witches wear? Members of Europe's upper classes wore similar hats during the 15th century, and the style later
The
spread to
upper
commoners.
class.
The same poor country folk who were typically accused of paganism and witchcraft. The broom, a common household tool, was used by pagans during ancient crop fertility rites. It later became a common symbol of witches, who were said to use
that's cool. I didn't know that.
to hide their wands during the witch hunts.
Hide their
People
wands.
also believed that witches would rub a special ointment into their brooms and use them to fly across the sky and perform their magic.
The ointment's
Did you
lube.
know that witches still exist in modern times?
KY.
The modern form of witchcraft, known as Wicca, was founded in England in the 1950s. Its members worship nature and a female deity known as the goddess, and they take an oath to do no harm with their magic. There are now more than 400,000 Wiccans in the United States.
Some millennial
You
shit.
probably won't recognize them on the street. They don't wear pointy hats.
They don't have green skin.
Not a single one of them has green skin.
Bro, speaking of witches, I don't know if this is a witch-related thing, but we just watched Midsummer the other day, dude.
You watched it?
Yeah, it was good, bro. Like, I mean, it wasn't as scary as I thought it was gonna be, but it still freaked me out.
Did you watch it? Man, we got to do on a whole nother like time. We have to do like a little review of that because I.
And so I was gonna ask you, because this kind of leads into our next topic. Were they doing like some black magic type shit, or like what were they?
Yeah, fuck yeah. That was like the a lot of the stuff from that movie. The director like got from like Viking folklore.
Nice,
and
dude.
yeah, and it's actually like they literally like used to do that stuff though. That is not like
that's not made up.
That's not made up.
Happened.
Like that. Yeah, they did that shit.
That's cool, dude.
That's yeah.
The reason I asked the black magic thing is because I didn't write this up, but I took some notes of black magic.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know anything about black magic? I mean, obviously we do.
Well, I mean, obviously what we hear, but I don't know like the origin of it or why.
So I don't know if there's an origin, but it is. So there's something called white magic, which I didn't know till today.
I didn't know there was a white magic.
So black magic is the opposite of white magic. It's the use of supernatural powers or magic for evil and selfish purposes. With respect to the left hand and right hand, I don't know how to dichotomy. I think that's dichotomy. Black magic is the malicious left hand counterpart of the benevolent white magic. Sorry guys, I'm like stuttering. Voodoo has been associated with black magic, but voodoo has its own distinct history and traditions that have little to do with the traditions of modern witchcraft. So black magic is basically like what we just talk about witches.
Mm-hmm.
The movie Midsummer, like stuff that involves using supernatural powers for evil and selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
The clip I'm gonna play is, I don't know, okay, let me see where this, it's a village, and I don't want to say an African village, or I don't want to mistaken where this village is from, but I couldn't find it.
But you just know that it's a village somewhere in in the world.
And so these people, like in their village, like if they think you're a witch or there's a certain word, we're gonna actually watch it, they'll kill you for it. Just like how we did in the Salem witch trials, just like how we.
Wow.
And so the video is called "A Belief in Black Magic."
Finally, the Hayward leader agrees to talk. Yes, me believe Sanguma, me Christian, me pastor, me faceless, me headman.
He's speaking on behalf of everyone. He says, yeah, I'm a pastor, I'm a leader, I'm a Christian, I'm a father, but this belief is part of my life. Yeah. And I can't just take it out. It's part of me. How can I extract it? People admit themselves and say, we have Sanguma. But it does have to
confess.
Yeah, they admit to having it.
It escapes me why they would do that, but so people do confess.
And sometimes they'll say it wasn't me, it was the one from over there or the one from over there. But they'll tell us, and we have no idea, so we just believe
Damn,
it.
man.
Is it good Sanguma and bad Sanguma?
So Sanguma.
One has good thinking. And the other one is dangerous. Yeah. Oh, Manda Companies. This is Manda, one of our accused.
Oh, hello. Morning, Phil.
Her mother was murdered. She's accused. Her son is accused. So they're all within the same family.
So he believes that she has this Sanguma spirit inside her.
So he said, how would we know if she has Sanguma? It's a spirit. You can't see a spirit.
Right.
We've been told by people who would know.
Damn, dude. So there's believing people just pointing out fingers?
I was going to kill her, but then she said she didn't have it.
Wasn't her.
Right. But then the others turned around and said, no, it was her.
Right.
So I asked him, in your own life, your wife was accused of being a Sangoma and murder. Now, do you think...
She was murdered. His wife was murdered.
So do you think that she was...
Oh, his wife was murdered for that.
There's no way that my wife was Sangoma.
Right.
I don't accept that.
Right.
Her family, my family, and I myself and I believe she was not Sangoma. And it was completely falsified accusation.
Right. Those are...
This kind of reminds me of the movie Serpent and the Rainbow.
I haven't seen that.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's... You have never seen Serpent and the Rainbow?
No.
Oh, dude, I have it. I'll let you borrow it.
Is it weird?
It's like about like voodoo. I think it takes place in Haiti.
Weird.
It's like voodoo, black magic. Like it's actually kind of creepy, dude. Yeah, I'll let you borrow it, bro.
Falsely accused, still believes that witches must be punished. In so many ways, this tells me how deep and intractable the belief in Sangoma is here.
So like, but wouldn't if a witch has actual powers, wouldn't the witch like stop that from happening? Like, wouldn't the witch like make it to where you can't just kill her?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense, bro. Black magic's creepy. Like, so the next thing we're gonna get into is voodoo, and like the same thing. Like, I'm interested to learn about it. I'm fascinated with that. It's a part of people's cultures.
It's very fascinating.
For sure. I just
I don't want
creepy.
anything to do with it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's fascinating to learn about it. Like, because I mean, if you just think about it, it's just fascinating. But man, like,
just to know that it's so deep in people's culture.
Yeah. In art and American culture too, because like you go down to, New Orleans and it's like all over, bro.
Yeah.
All over.
Everywhere down there.
That's crazy.
We
should go down there, dude.
What is our runtime at?
39.
39, cool. I'm just gonna play a couple minutes of this and then we're good. I wanted to, obviously, because his favorite football team's the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool to take him to a game.
That'd be crazy fun, dude.
I have a couple games. I have a couple friends that are from there.
Yeah, dude.
So,
I mean, it would be cool to just go out and just hang out down in the city for a little bit. Experience that culture. I think that's like one of those, like, New Orleans is like one of those places like Vegas. It's like everybody should experience that once.
I want to eat crawfish from there. I heard crawfish from New Orleans is like the best in the world.
I couldn't even imagine. I'm sure it's amazing, dude. I'm sure it's amazing.
This video is from it's called The Bizarre World of New Orleans.
I think you might intellectualize.
We're not gonna watch the whole thing. It's just like a long video, but that's like me and you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Except they're the white and Asian version of us.
Right.
Yeah.
That seems like a good idea.
Fuck that.
I'm leaving.
But yeah, so they explore New Orleans, the world of voodoo down there. Hopefully they don't not disrespectful about it, but yeah.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we cover the practice of voodoo. Can it actually be used to contact spirits? Right now, we're sitting on top of Lake Pond.
That's hella me and you, dude.
Yeah. That is, what the fuck?
Attempt to use voodoo to try and contact spirits. We're gonna have a good teacher with us too, so very excited.
See, I'm not with like this shit. To me, they're like playing with it.
Let's get into
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in, like, I'm interested, like, I would talk to somebody that is, like, from there, but, like,
You don't want to do, like, a video, like, I get what you're saying. You don't want to do a video that's, like, you feel like it's making fun of it, or
yeah.
just playing.
Yeah, like, playing. I don't think that shit is nothing to play with.
No.
Like, that's just how I feel.
Well, the white guy, I watched this series, so the white guy always comes across as, I don't believe in ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
If you're here in the room, strike me down, like that. The Asian guy always seems like more like respectful and like but I feel like that's why their channel is successful. Like they have to, you can't both be like, there has to be somebody that's like,
it can't be two molders. It has to be one Scully and a molder.
Yeah.
One person that doesn't believe,
and one person that does.
Yeah. Right.
They're about to get into the history of voodoo, so I mean, not the history.
The origins of voodoo are unknown, but most agree it came from West Africa, particularly the
I didn't know that, bro.
Where the word voodoo means spirit. So right now we're at Voodoo Authentic.
I thought it was from Haiti.
Well, there is a lot of Haiti has a big culture with voodoo too. So.
I didn't see the sign. Let's go over the basics. It is believed voodoo derives from the tradition of ancestor worship and animism, the belief that nature and inanimate objects contain consciousness. Voodoo practitioners believe in one God, and that there are many spirits who have power over humans and nature. They are referred to as Loa.
Loa?
We have more than 25 different working altars.
Okay, what do you mean by altars?
Damn.
These are places that people...
They had to go to the one white guy shop. Sorry, I'm just like, if I'm gonna learn about voodoo, I'm not going to a fucking white guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing it. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's like going to Mexico and learning about fucking the Day of the Dead shit, and there's like a white guy, like, talking about it. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Sorry.
Of love.
And it seems like some
Looks like a porn star.
Jesus.
He does. He looks like a 90s porn star,
Ron
dude.
Jeremy.
With like pink hair. Look at him.
And what else we got?
Yeah, the
He's
fuck
a
me
hippie.
unless, yeah.
He's a hippie for sure.
Even in the afterlife, it is appreciated.
Probably a good one.
While voodoo has gotten a bad reputation over years of misinformation, it is actually a very positive practice. And is
I've heard that though. I've heard that.
spirits to help the sick and needy and guide one through life's struggles.
So the negative connotation, that's all.
You know, people think voodoo is used as this evil thing where I'm going to make a little Shane doll and then throw it into the ocean and watch it drown. And then really smile while he's sinking.
Wait, what?
Stuff like that.
You just said that this is not what they're used for.
Yeah, I know. But if they were used for that,
You would kill me. You would murder me.
It isn't hypothetical. I wasn't.
I'll make a voodoo doll out of you.
No.
I'll do cool things though, like put it in a little Ferrari car.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I never said I wanted to.
See, like it's, sometimes you can use it for good,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I didn't you to tell me about
I got a bunch of voodoo dolls in here if you can't count my paw figures.
You know what?
Oh my
They're
god.
technically our little voodoo dolls, then.
You have a lot of little voodoo dolls, yeah.
And New Orleans would eventually play home to perhaps the biggest figure in American voodoo history, Marie Laveau, also known as the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans.
That's so fire name, dude.
Spirit walks this entire cemetery.
The Voodoo Queen in New Orleans, bro. You can't. That's.
Vandalized.
I would like to, if we ever did go out there in New Orleans, I would like to go to the cemetery.
Be at the gates, so to speak, spiritually and physically. Marie!
Oh, really? Okay. Marie!
See
how it's all like above ground.
Yeah.
Marie!
Yeah, those type of cemeteries are cool.
Yeah.
Like the above ground, above ground ones. Yeah.
Normally without jumping?
Actually.
See, I told you, like, it comes across as like
train in New Orleans that
Marie, like this. I don't know.
gatherings on the shores. Journalists would spread stories of infamous orgies and sacrificial rituals that would occur at this lake on St. John's.
God damn! No wonder there's no swimming allowed.
And enormous orgies.
I don't know why that one slipped by me. I was like, yeah, sure, orgies. Tell me about ritual?
Yeah.
Connotations of voodoo proliferated by the media likened voodoo to savagery, and towards the end of the 19th century, voodoo had to go underground in New Orleans. Now that we've established the history of voodoo in New Orleans, let's get into the actual practice of it. One of New Orleans' more famous practitioners is a woman named Bloody Mary. Lucky for us,
If she's a white lady, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, dude.
Holy moly.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Watch, they're walking up to her house.
That is a huge.
If there's a white bitch in this house,
This must be haunted itself.
Good lord.
this is it's biased, dude. Why are we learning voodoo from white people, dude?
Hotspot or something, huh?
So I'm usually pro. Like I like to stick up for white people sometimes. You know what I mean? As a troll way, but
Yeah.
But like this, come on, dude. If a white lady opens this goddamn.
Hello.
Hi, Andre.
Alright.
Hey, she could have learned from...
I know, but it's just like, oh god, out of all the fucking people in New Orleans, dude.
Ryan.
She could be just light-skinned. Relax.
Okay.
She has a name.
I am
My name's Bloody Mary.
Mambo Asagwe, which is the highest level in Haitian voodoo, as well as Voodoo Queen in New Orleans tradition.
This is an amazing room.
Thank you.
Not that I wouldn't want to be in that room regardless of her skin color. So let's just get that out the ropes.
I wouldn't go in there.
You will be.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Well, some people just are afraid of things that feel different than what they're used to. You know, and automatically jump to conclusions that it's going to be dark or evil and jumping just because it's, vibratory. It's different.
Yeah.
And you have to get that out.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. So I'm not mad that she's. I mean, I am mad that she's white. I just felt like if you're gonna.
What if she light-skinned, though? She looked like she could be...
No, she looks like one of those like.
What if that's a wig and she's just really light-skinned?
She looks like one of those moms from that channel, like exploited moms, who like just they just go and like do a bunch of black eyes because like they're just like, they're just like, oh, my husband doesn't make me happy anymore.
Okay.
So it's...
Pause. Justin, let's fast forward that. Written the edit. Just Jesus, my grandma's watching this.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, no.
It's okay.
Okay, so So am I mad that she's white?
Exploited.
I'm a little mad that she's white, but it's like all of us.
You watched that. The Exploited.
Yeah.
I used to watch that too. It's disturbing.
No, it's just because there was this one girl named Gina on there, bro.
Was she fine?
Yeah, dude, she was just hella like, she was like, I'm gonna eat your salad. I'm gonna toss your salad, and like, it's like, yeah, and it's like, God, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
And then you kept watching it.
Yeah, so he's like squirming and like, and I'm like, ooh,
that brings back memories.
I might have to try that.
That brings back memories, dude.
No, but I'm not mad that she's white per se. It's just like, let's say all of us take a trip to like Mexico, and we want to learn about something from there, and then we just have like this white woman, like my mom. My mom's one of those white women that does that. Like, pego papi, can senor. Like, you know, my mom, like, you know when white women try to, like, they'll date, like, a Mexican guy, and then they'll, like, you know, dude, we've had this our whole life, so it's fucking funny to me, but, like, you know, like, they'll be in the same room with you, and, like, they try to pretend like their boyfriend can't speak English to you. He said, she turns on to her boyfriend, like, papi, azul papi senor, like, you know what I mean? It's like they oversay their words. It's like, I don't want to be taught that from her, like, you know what I mean?
Papi?
Yeah. Like, ¿cómo estás? Like, you know, it's like, shut up, dude.
Your mom used to do shit like that?
My mom's so horrible with that, dude.
Oh my God.
Like, she'd like explained it like that, like this, like what's, I don't really know a lot of Spanish words, I apologize, but it's like
Senor?
Feliz Navidad? Like, Mom, shut up.
Feliz Navidad?
Yeah, like
Andrew?
us. Trump's trying to get rid of us Mexicans. Us Mexicans, Mom, you're fucking white, dude. Like, you know, not to get too off topic, but like, I would have thought they would have learned voodoo from like an actual Haitian lady.
I would have thought so too.
But yeah.
But hey.
I'm not going to play any more of this video, so if you guys want to learn more, or you want me and Warren to talk about more stuff like this, more monsters, ghosts, anything, let us know. I actually like this episode. I learned a lot today, dude.
Yeah, actually, I was excited to come into this episode because a couple of the things I didn't know the origin of. So it's pretty cool. I think, you know, after the episode, we can actually talk about like how you found some of these videos, because I like to go a little deeper.
Yeah, I actually just went on this huge YouTube. Like, I spent like about 3 hours today, like writing notes, looking at videos.
That's awesome. Good content, man.
I wanted you guys to enjoy this episode. If you guys enjoy what we do here, if you want to support us, sharing on your social media is good. Liking the video, giving us a shout out. Subscribing, giving us a shout out to other people. You know, it helps all three of us get to where we want to be. So, thank you for watching this episode. You have anything to say before we go?
No, just to echo on what you said, I'd like to thank everybody who's continuing to support us and tell us to keep going. You know, you and Justin, as well as we put a lot of work into this, you know, take time out of our day. So it's cool to hear any feedback, you know, whether any feedback at all.
Especially for you, bro. Like, I feel bad because you're traveling to meet.
Yeah, well,
and
I mean,
we have to make it worth it. So,
yeah, man, and we have a great time doing it. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
because we're friends outside of this. So,
right. It comes natural, but.
All right, yeah. Well, I do want to say to your grandma Carly, I didn't know that was your grandma.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching, because my grandma probably wouldn't watch this shit. So yeah.
Yeah, man, she actually likes it too.
That's cool.
She watching it. Yeah, so I appreciate that, grandma.
Till next time.
Peace. It's all me, I promise it isn't you. I ain't hit the road in a minute, so it's a mood. I'm a grown ass man, I ain't gotta listen to you. I'm trying to get with the crew, I'm trying to kick it with Drew. Tell Jay get the coupe, I'll be outside in a few. Apartment is in the hills, so I'll admire the view. I used to do this.